Impact, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. The Halloween special was, if you even call this a special, weird. This show was weird, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going in sequence. I'm just going to say what I saw and what I thought. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the ending of the show. That's with the Bennett versus the Rhodes. This was important to me personally because I was wondering about how Brandy was going to perform. And it is obvious Brandy is still a novice as a wrestler. The way she held herself in the ring was very, not sloppy, but jerky. She just felt very jerky. She's not bad. She's kind of like a rebel when she first started out as a wrestler. So I know Brandy has gotten some training and she needs more training. I really believe that Brandy needs more training. But it doesn't mean she can't be a knockout. We've had several knockouts who didn't have very good training as a wrestler and still got over, so I believe Brandy could get over. Was the match good? It was alright. But here's a very interesting thing. The Rhodes won. They checked the back. You got Lashley kicking the ass of a Cody Rhodes, which actually doesn't make a lot of sense after the contract signing, but actually does at the same time. I'll get to that in a moment. But was that entire segment effective? Yes, it was, particularly because Brandy was trying to beat up on Lashley. This is something we don't usually get in wrestling when we have couples, because the woman always steps back and let the guy do what he does to her man. But in this case, Brandy actually tried to beat up on Lashley. Of course, she couldn't do anything, but it's not the point. The point is she actually showed interaction that is more close to life. And I really enjoyed that. And Lashley standing over Cody, which was the camera, instead of like someone coming into my house, actually was very, very clear and understandable. Now the contract signing. The contract signing was a bit long-winded, but it was understandable because they had to, because they made the clause of non-touching. You can't touch each other, you both don't get the match at all. I don't know if that Eddie would have been stripped of the title, but it's not the point. The point is they couldn't touch, so they had to talk. The person who talked better was Lashley. That's obvious. Lashley's had better polish as a talker. Eddie's not as good. So Eddie was kind of covered by Lashley. But he had some good points in there. Particularly if Lashley loses, again, is he going to be Eddie Edwards' bitch? That actually made sense for the segment I just spoke about earlier, because he got so pissed off, he wanted to beat up on somebody, so he beats up on Cody Rhodes. It gives us two things. One, it gives an outlet for Lashley because he couldn't beat up on the guy he really wanted to until next week. Two, this actually leads up into a feud after what happens next week, because now Lashley, if he does win, he needs a new opponent because he's gone through everyone in the roster. He has. The only person he hasn't gone through would be Aaron Rex, Jesse Goddard, Eli Drake, and these guys are off doing something with EC3. So he has to have somebody. Now let's get to that segment of the entire situation. That is a tag team match between the faces and the heels, Jesse and EC3 versus Eli Drake. Eli Drake. Yeah, I want to see more of the facts of life away from the ring. This is one thing I love about TNA. They don't do their segments in the ring. And they don't do them in the locker room. They do them in different places. And Eli Drake doing his facts of life, even if it's still in the audience, at least it's a set. WWE doesn't even do that anymore. They just dropped it like idiots. This is what I love about Eli Drake and what I love about TNA. Was it a good match? It was alright. Then you got the Aaron Rex, look like he got some rings on and taped them up, knocked out Jesse Goddard, and now is willing to give Jesse a new match next week. Here's the thing. Why is it that TNA, in the incredible thinking of their booking, books Aaron Rex to wrestle almost all the time? Now understand there's one reason why, because let's be honest, Aaron Rex is kind of chubby right now. He hasn't been doing much wrestling when he was in the WWE as Damien Sandow. They wouldn't let him wrestle much. So he's out of shape. It's obvious. You can see even with the work he's been doing right now, he needs several months of work to get back into shape. Hopefully in the next tapings, we'll see him look better because he gets tanked very easily. You can see it. In the match he had before with Eddie Edwards going after the Grand Championship, I looked past the tanking because he had not been wrestling for much. And even though it wasn't in good shape, he did put on a good show. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. He needs more time to wrestle. But then he should not be wrestling for the simple reason that he needs to give that title relevance. And if the title's being used in that type of tournament type of match where there are 3 officials and now it's back to 3 minutes for each round, it's dumb. If it was done as a monthly thing, if Billy Corgan only understands that it's better to let the Aaron Rex use the title once a month, and the rest of the time he doesn't challenge anybody to allow them challenge to that title, it actually would be better, because then that match would make sense. It's a special tournament match. If you do it once every week, it's dumb. It makes people not care anymore. That's the reason why I said it needed to be a monthly thing. It needed to be special. Once a month you defend that title in a tournament type of situation. But they're not doing that. And that's the reason why it's going to get very tiring very quickly. It's almost there. And that's dumb. Now, let's move on to the Hardy segments throughout the night. Seeing that they were doing at the Hardy branch. I know a lot of people would say, oh, we're going to the Hardys again. Look at what's going on with TNA. Look at what's going on with WWE. Does WWE work outside the arena? No. Do they work outside the Performance Center for NXT? Once in a while, yes. WWE doesn't get it. They used to do sets. They used to do comedy. They used to do things that was really good at the time. And they're not doing it anymore. They think it's too old school and too boring. Look how TNA is doing it. It may not be great production quality, but it's still good. And I'm more interested in seeing this than seeing WWE's garbage most of the time the way they do it. They only did it once right, and that was between the Wyatts and New Day. But now they don't do it anymore. So was it fun to see the Hardys in their Halloween? Yes. And then DCC leaves them a message saying we're going to take away the most important things, which is your broken selves, which is the titles, and which is your deletion. I don't know who these guys are. I don't. Hopefully they're not total jobbers. There's someone that's credible. There's someone that's interesting. We don't know who they are. They're probably jobbers. But if they don't book them like not like Decay. I got something to say about Decay. I'm not happy about it. But if they booked them like Aces and Eights, forget this. If they booked them like Decay, which it looks like they are booking them similar to Decay, where they're giving them something different, a different type of feel, and they don't reveal them the way that you expect. If they have mask under mask, that will be good. Something different, so we don't know who they are. That will keep the suspense for quite a while. If they remove those masks and we see their faces immediately, it's done. As long as they're not seen in their faces, we will still be interested in DCC. I don't know who they are, and I don't want to know. I'd rather not know the spoilers. That's the reason why I haven't gone to NoPro.com or NoDQ.com. I don't go to any of those things because I don't want to know what's going on. I'd rather know as the show progresses. Now, I might as well get this over with. The contract signing. I know I spoke about it, but there's just one thing I didn't say. I still don't feel like Eddie Edwards is a credible champion. He just doesn't feel like it. Like I said earlier, his promo segments are not that good. I'm not against Eddie. As I said before, I just don't feel like it's something important. He feels like an untouched, he feels like an uncared about X Division guy. And that leads me into, I don't get this. Why do they do this Team X Gold? For a flag. A freaking flag. If you made Team X Gold titles and you brought people from the indies in to wrestle your champions, I would be interested in that. Because you can build something around the guys that are there. You can do promo segments. You can do backstage segments. You can do something about their lives. But you're just doing it for flag. No titles. And Rockstar Spud is a joke. And then it gets worse. He gets a team that he believes will destroy Sutter, Mandrews. He gets Decay. Decay has now been downgraded from being one of the top people to nothing. And where is... Calm down. Where is Rosemary? Where's Rosemary? Where is Rosemary? Is she hurt? Is she sick? Is she pregnant? Did she not get booked for this situation because they believe that the X Division guys don't need her there? Rosemary is integral to Decay. When there's no Decay with Rosemary, it doesn't mean the same. And now that's why they have this match, which means nothing. And they want to, the faces won. Which means what, ladies and gentlemen? You tell me the reason below that Team X Gold makes sense. Because it doesn't. It's like they're literally hiding the X Division because they have nothing to do with it. They don't want to show the X Division anymore. So they want to do another concept to hide how they don't care about it. So that's what Team X Gold is. That's what it is. Now, Ali versus Vanessa. I gotta say this. I know it might not be popular to say this, but you know what? I gotta say this. Was the match okay? It was okay. Was the right booking for Ali to lose? Yes. But there's one problem with Ali, and I believe this is what we need. Ali needs a manager. Someone to work with that will train her. Because this is what the problem is with Ali. I like Ali. She's a beautiful woman physically. She's a sweet character mentally. I mean, Cherry Bomb is pulling this off very well. She's a gorgeous woman with a nice body, with a sweet face, and she's making a character that people love. But here's the problem. Kind of like what happened with Miss Tessmacher. When it came to Brooke, we eventually needed her to become a wrestler. So she had to go away for a while and then come back to become a wrestler. In this case, Ali is a wrestler, but you're booking her as someone who's not a wrestler. You need to book her with somebody in the show that will help her. And there's two candidates. One, it could be Gail Kim. But then you're going to bring back Maria with Gail Kim, and nobody wants that. So the best person I can see that would be and should be the best person to help Ali should be Madison Rayne, because she's now doing something on commentary when the knockouts come out. I believe she should become Ali's manager / trainer. This is what I believe. Madison Rayne, I'm not really greatly fond of her. She's not a great face. She's not a great heel. She's somewhere in between. She's not great. She's just good. But still, you could use her in a capacity that could be very helpful. Keep her off of wrestling. Let her be a commentator and let her be a trainer for Ali. Let her come to the ring periodically with Ali and then go and do commentary and say, Ali, I've been training her. I've been getting her ready so she can be a real wrestler. Yes, she's catching up with some stuff in the back, but she needed some help. And then you could do something. You can actually do an interview with Ali, with Madison Rayne, and Josh Matthews, which will make it even more something for Josh and Madison Rayne themselves, because they are married, have a kid, they want to have interaction with each other. Why not have Ali be Madison Rayne's trainee? Train her. It makes perfect sense. I don't know if anyone in TNA had already thought about this, and we'll see it in the later tapings. Maybe she'll go away and come back. Maybe she'll get someone to train her. I believe it should be Madison Rayne. That's just me. Finally, if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. But it's now time for what? No. No. Hell no, no. Grado. When he was with BJ, you see how I feel about this. This was stupid. Funny stupid at one point and then stupid at the other point. I don't care about Grado. Was it still a funny segment? To a certain extent, yes, until he sprawled his his nether region onto the commentator table. What? What the fuck was that? No. Hell no. That was stupid. He came out silly. I wasn't totally interested in it. Then he comes out trying to become a bro man, which was a little funny. Then he walks around the ring. Then he's stupid enough to sprawl his dick onto the damn commentator table. No. That was stupid. I'm sorry. I know DCC destroyed them both later, and that means maybe DCC is going to have a match between Robbie E and Grado. I understand they have to do something with DCC. They need a squash match. They're going to get it between these two jobbers. But here's the thing that I felt was wrong. Grado went too far trying to get this little thing for Christmas. Not Christmas. You see, I'm angry about this. Halloween is something special. The Hardy segments were beautiful. I love the Hardy segments. But when it came to this, it was freaking stupid. No. Hell no, I did not like it when he did that. Putting his dick on the freaking commentator table. It was dumb. It was freaking dumb. Now, overall, was the show good? It wasn't bad. We got a lot of stuff done. But there's a lot of opportunity that I hope TNA is taking advantage of in the future tapings. Because if they're not, this is not going to go well for very long. So I hope you enjoyed the Zane View. Please give me a comment below. I really hope that you all I hope you're watching and liking the reality of wrestling reviews. I'm still going to do them. But as long as you tell me you want to see them, I'm going to keep doing them. Because I am interested in seeing a black promotion get somewhere. Even if it's only as a territorial for the WWE. Have a good day. Have a good night.